Today, this is going to be my second ever real kind of in-depth realization video. The first one I ever did was kind of like a little solo interview with myself. This one's going to be the first ever realization I've had in quite a while. And it was brought up recently by something that's been going on. And I realize now that, things are really different, right? I'm going to elaborate. So, how you really deal with struggle and how you really deal with your own life choices, we all have different ways that we process things, right? If you're unhappy or upset, sometimes we lash out, sometimes we talk things out, and sometimes we keep it to ourselves, right? There are days where I'll go, and if I'm really upset, I'll go work out, or I'll go for a walk, or try to figure something out, because I know that if I don't, it's going to cause issues with my family, issues with people I care about, because of how much anger and pent-up aggression and pent-up things that I have. And I also realize in that same sentence, if I were to give up today and allow those emotions or things to consume me, I wouldn't get anywhere. Sometimes you can't take things personal. Sometimes you have to let things go. But it is the worst feeling in the world. You don't have anybody to talk about it with. Now, everybody's different, right? We all have friends, we all have family, we all have relationships. There are the occasions where you feel like you don't have anybody you can talk to. There are the times where you feel like you're in this alone. And I started this account really in the hopes to be able to reach those people who've been struggling, because I'm there, I've been there. If I'm being honest, I'm still kind of there. And the real truth of the matter is this: it doesn't get any easier. People don't want to hear when you're doing bad. People don't really care if you're not doing okay. If you're out of work, nobody's really going to help you out. Nobody's going to really support you. Especially if you're a man, you got to figure it out on your own. You got to really either go get something going, right? Start a business, go pick up 2 or 3 part-time jobs, right? Do whatever it takes to make ends meet. Deal with people judging you, deal with all these different things, because nobody's going to give you a handout, right? This world wasn't meant or built on handouts. And I'm not complaining. I have no problem with that, right? Everybody does things differently, whether you're working at a part-time job, a full-time job, whether you're in between jobs, or even if you're looking for work. If you have a dream, you never chase it, you're always going to worry and wonder about what if, right? Now, if I was worried about what if and worried about all the other things in my life, I would never go anywhere. I would be stuck there. I would never make this account. I would never have tried to reach out, do better for myself. I'd be at some place that I hate, being yelled at, being talked bad to. And for what? For the hopes that I'll get a 1% raise next year, or a job that I'm working at might want to promote me eventually in 5 to 10 years if I stay loyal to them. Everywhere's different, but it reminds me of a time where someone once told me, how you do something is how you do everything. Now, say you were told to do dishes at your house, right? And if you only do a couple of them and your whole sink's full and you leave half the sink because you feel like you had more important plans or you were tired, what does that prove? What does that show you? Did you really complete the task at hand? Or just kind of like, I'll get them done when I get them done. Then tomorrow comes around, they're still there. You have more important things to do. You have to go to work, you have different things like that. It just piles up. The dishes never go away. It's the same thing in life. If you have issues and you're never dealing with them, you're never trying to talk it out, you're taking things so abruptly and hurting, right? You never get past it. It's always a constant cycle if you're keeping it inside. Now, I've never been somebody to be big on talking about things, whether they're personal issues, life choices, or even just my own struggles, simply because I just don't like to, right? Now, with all the work that's out there right now, I've been in different jobs where people literally are so malicious. If you're a happy person, or if you have happy energy, or if you're just trying to make a better difference in the work environment, they will always try to bring you down. There are people that literally will say completely to your face, you can trust me with anything. The second you think you can open up, or if you talk because you look a little bit down and try to vent to them, they will stab you in the back. There are times where if you talk to somebody and say, okay, hey, like, this is what's been bothering me, whether it's a friend, a family member, or just somebody that you think you can trust, right? And they look at you and tell you, yeah, okay, like, I understand. And you're like, please don't tell anybody else, this is something I've been thinking about. within about like a day or two, sometimes even less, sometimes that same day, if you talked about something, an issue with someone that you cared about, or just certain things in general, sometimes it'll reach that person before the end of the day, and you're wondering, the only person I told about this today, the only reason I vented today was to be able to hopefully get this off my chest. And you realize you don't have anyone to talk to. It makes you hold things inside more, makes you want to retreat, makes you not want to talk about things, and when you do that, you feel like you have nobody. You sit alone, you wait, and you hope that someone's going to care enough about you to want to be there for you. Someone's going to want to listen to you. Someone's going to want to help you pass your stuff. But the reality of it is this. Doesn't matter if it's at work. Doesn't matter if it's in your personal life, right? If you're struggling, you got to kind of struggle alone. All these different jobs out here that are saying that they're hiring or they're looking for this and that aren't really doing that, right? Now, I've been at places where literally they only hire you if they think you get along with them or they can hang out with you, right? And that's the thing that I was like, dang, like that really is part of the job description, and it's not, right? The second you start denying them, whether it's, hey, like, let's go here, or hey, let's go out as a group, you're like, oh, like, I'm a little busy, I have my family, or oh, I have different things to get done. They take it personal, but it's not personal. It's just you have other priorities, right? And when I started realizing that a lot of the workplace people that are getting hired now, a lot of the jobs that are out there right now, a lot of people that are doing the interviews, and this is as nice as I can put this, probably shouldn't be doing the interviews. There are people that are literally just hiring people they feel like they get along with. There are very few professions out there that are professional, and that's just the truth. And it's something that I've been noticing a lot, especially lately. And I'm not talking bad about anybody. I never will. Even when people speak bad about me, even when people speak so low of me, I'll never put anybody down, because I've been there. I've been in everybody else's shoes where I get put down, where I get bullied, where people feel bothered by my presence, right? And I realize I don't want to be that person. There's no need. I don't want to be somebody that literally feels so lost and upset simply because I let people and things get the best of me. Lately, a lot of my shorts have been just kind of in a more positive mentality, because if I don't start doing that, especially everything that's going on right now, it would get the best of me. I think I would probably lose it, right? There's so much change that's happened in such a little time that the only thing that really keeps me going is sometimes I gotta talk out loud and pray for others, because it helps me to be able to feel like, okay, like, I'm doing something right, A lot of times where I feel like giving up, if I'm being honest, not just with YouTube, just like with a lot of things, because I'm like, man, this is a struggle. But I remember I started this in December, and I grew from 0 subscribers to now over 900, and on track to hopefully reach 1,000 by the end of this month or before the end of this month. That's huge for me. I started as somebody who hated being on camera. I started as somebody who never wanted to talk about their personal life, never wanted to talk about anything. And now here I am, talking to you guys, sharing different parts of my life, certain parts of my journey. And I know I've only met virtually, not like in reality, a lot of you. And I'm grateful, because there's some really good gems that follow my account. I know there's even more people out there that are great. On the flip side of that, there's also people out there that just are miserable, hateful people that will make comments that don't need to be made, and I'll remove them, because at the end of the day, I don't need that on my page. I'm not going to engage with somebody who's just a passerby looking for a quick little fight. I'm not going to engage with somebody who feels like it's okay to make a childish comment. At the end of the day, their problems are their problems. I'm not going to make somebody feel validated for them acting like that. They have a lot of growing up to do, and I pray simply they can get past their struggles. It's as simple as that, because whatever they're dealing with that makes them feel like they need to do that is a them problem. It's not a me problem. Does it irritate me? Yeah, I'll be honest. There are times where I look at some of the stuff and it's great workout fuel if I'm being truthful, right? I'm not the strongest person. I don't have the strongest resolve. But when it comes to certain things that people leave, then yeah, it does help me out to work out. It does help me out to be able to do better, to be able to move and motivate myself to keep pushing. There are other times too when people in my life will make comments and it does hurt and it does take a lot out of me. Right? And I realize that I have to just get stronger, because at the end of the day, nothing's perfect. No one's perfect, right? I make mistakes too. I'm not saying that I haven't, but at the end of the day, if it's something worth working on, you just work on it. You fix it. You adjust, right? It's not easy though. It's extremely hard. And in the moment when all you want to do is literally just sit down and be like, wow, like, where did things go so wrong? Sometimes you look at yourself in the mirror and you really feel a loss for words. Sometimes you're questioning, am I ever going to get out of this hole? Whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, maybe it's both. It can be even more. Those aren't the only two things. If you're struggling looking for work, if you're struggling looking for a purpose or just anything, I built this account to be able to share people and uplift each other in the hopes that one day I'll be able to reach enough people where if somebody needs help, somebody needs a prayer, and I see them and I'm out and about, I can do something about it. And I'll be honest, right now in my current situation, I can't. If I wanted to give somebody money, I couldn't help them out. If I wanted to give somebody a prayer, it's the only thing I can do. Give somebody kind words, help them out, carry something. I want to be able to spend more of my time doing things like that. I want to be able to spend more time with my family, be able to do better for my mom, be able to do better for my daughter, be able to be around more, things like that. But I realize now that if I don't keep trying, if I don't keep pushing, nobody else will. I don't have that support system that sometimes you really need when you're really struggling. But that's okay. It'll get there. It's not that I don't have anybody that cares about me. It's just sometimes when you're dealing with things, you deal with them alone, because when you talked about it so many times, nobody really listens. That's okay. My brothers and sisters out there, I built this community so if you need prayers, you need somebody to listen to whatever it is you want to talk about, you feel heard, you feel seen. That's important. You're important. I'm glad you're all here today. Whoever watches this, even if it's only 2 or 3 views, thank you for being here. Have a great day. I hope this video finds you well. And I'll be able to see you all more later on. Have a good one.